Hello, what's up guys? Lightning Code here and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. I will be going over something I think that's really important and I think is really helpful mostly. I will be creating a virtual environment. So what is a virtual environment? A virtual environment is just like a container that has a copy of a Python version that you can install other packages separate from your global version onto, and you can run projects from there. Let's say you want to, your default global installation of Python is Python 3.7 and you want to run a program that uses Python 2.7. You can create a virtual environment that runs on Python 2.7. So this container will be able to run whatever program you want to use. And this is especially good when you're working with multiple projects. If you start creating multiple projects that use different versions of particular libraries or different versions of Python, or you just want to make sure that these things aren't dependent on your global installation. I think it's really cool. So for today's demo, we will be trying to run this little line of code here. So it's just importing a package. I don't have this package currently like pip installed on my global machine. So when I try to run it, I get that error. But we're going to make a virtual environment that has this package installed. So this project will be able to run in that virtual environment with no issues. So it's really simple. We go to the command line, just go to cmd, and we want to seed into the directory where we want this to be. So I want this to be in here, right here. And once we want to seed into this particular directory so that it will create the container in this folder, because this is where our project lives. So we're going to start with, and cd just means change directory. So we're going to go into the desktop, and then we are going to go into the my work folder, and now we're going to go into the virtual environment. And yes, okay, so ls just lists the folders, files, and contents of that directory, so we're sure we're in the right place. Now, to initialize a virtual environment, you simply use the keyword, as I call it, virtual env with a space followed by whatever you want to name this virtual environment. A lot of people name theirs venv, just short for like virtual environment. I do that too, but honestly, you can name it whatever you want. But it's easier to do it, name it venv, because that way you know it's a virtual environment and you don't get confused after a while. So Python will do its thing. Right now, I'm making this virtual environment with the base version of my Python executable on my computer, which is Python 3.7. You can specify the version of Python you want to make this virtual environment with, but for this demo, we're just going to keep it simple and use the default version. So we wait for that. So install all at once, and then we're done. Great. And if you come back to here, you can see it's appeared. That's nice. So this is Python in like a full Python container. So you can't just run things off the bat. You can't just pip install things in here off the bat. You need to actually activate this virtual environment. And how do you do that? So while you're still in this directory where the venv folder is, you're going to move to this file called scripts, and you're going to run the program called activate, which activates the virtual environment. And how do you know your virtual environment is activated? You see this little thing here next to like your command line prefix. This is basically the name of the virtual environment, and this is to indicate that you are now in that environment, you are now in that container. So within this container, we want to pip install pillow, which is an image library. So it does the whole regular pip install. Great, we now have it. So now let's run our project to see if it will run. Remember, it didn't run when we tried to run it globally. Now within this container in this virtual environment, let's see what we get. So we move to main. I put it in a folder called main. And then to run a project, you start with Python, then followed by the name of the project. And if this works, we shouldn't get any errors. Great, we didn't get any errors. That means it ran properly. If we try to run something else, so if we try to run this globally, we still get the error, but running it from the virtual environment, we don't get any errors. So that's it. This is how you make a virtual environment. You can pip install whatever you want here. And this way you can run multiple projects with different requirements and different package versions on your computer without any stress. So I really hope this was helpful. Leave a comment below if you feel you want to learn something new, if you have any suggestions or anything just to improve. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.